You know what? Since Travis just went off the air, why don't we start 5 minutes early? Screw it. We'll do it live. Welcome all to the Friday Night Strike. I am your host, Night Strike. And yeah, I don't have any panelists right now. Hopefully they'll get the emails. Maybe one or two people will jump in. If not, send me an email. I'll send you a link. You can jump in because, tonight, the Friday Night Strike is just all about conversation. So we have a conversation with the people on the YouTube chat as well as in the panel chat, and we just kind of hang out. It's basically, just us sitting around the water cooler talking about just, whatever's on our mind. So, granted, please keep it PG-13 because, YouTube and everything. I want to keep it clean. Sure, jokes here and there. I get it. I understand. But let's try and keep it PG-13, all right? All right. So we got a few people out there who were here before at the pre-chat, who made it in time. We have Carolina EDC reviews out there. We've got Gun-Loving Grandpa in here. He's got a link if he wants to jump in. He's just letting everyone know that he's one of the few that were sent a link. So, Mr. F&H is in the house. M. Gabriel is in the house. What's going on, buddy? Two Live Moo got an email. Is here. Just saying, Just saying, Moo. If you wanna jump in the awesomeness, you have an email. So, Moozy on over and jump in. I know that was a bad joke, but you guys can handle it. You're big boys and girls. We can't, if Vanessa Kitty or Mystic Guns in, we can't be exclusionist. Nope, we gotta include everyone. So what's going on, guys? How you guys doing? Do I have Mr. F&H's email address? I think I might. Maybe send him an email, too. No, I don't think I have his email address. Okay, well, if I had his email address, I'd send him a link. If he doesn't accept the invitation, you're right. That just makes him too moo. That is a very good point, Misha N. That is a very good point. So. Because he's not live. He wouldn't be live. He'd just be, too moo. Scott's out there. Scott P79. What's going on, buddy? So, yep. And if you're going to ask if I have anything to talk about, nope, not tonight. Just kind of kicking back, relaxing, after working on things. So, just, doing the Night Strike thing. Other than that, nothing else is going on. Kind of discusses with the DNC, convention that's going on, but I'm going to be disgusted more or less because of the fact that I'm not a fan of the Democratic Party in the first place. So that's how that goes. Oh, now he's too live moo. Now he is too live moo.
And moves it on over. What's going on, man?
I'm sorry, I had to. It was the perfect moment. It was a bad dad joke, but it was perfect.
Well, I don't know if you've seen some of DM Faust's cow puns out there. He's
Oh,
got some
I've
good.
seen it.
He's got some good ones.
Yeah, but I've got equally good mouse puns too.
Oh.
So
So what's happening?
not much, just hanging back, chilling. Not really doing anything this evening.
Yeah,
Taking it easy.
same here. It's been a long work week, and I'm just kind of chilling out. Nobody's at the house right now, so I'm kind of loving it.
Yeah, but I'm going to be a little bit transparent. Not that I'm not transparent most of the time, anyways. But I want everyone to see something real quick, because some people don't believe and some people do believe, but they, my handwriting sucks, FYI. So just take that for what that is. But yeah, you know how I said I build websites for people, and the M1 that I ordered, I got paid for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my bank finally posted it. I've got fucking proof. Yes, I blurred out the names and the relevant information because I don't want you guys hacking into my bank account. Just saying. I love you guys, but I don't want you in there. But if you're gonna ask, well, Night Strike, why did you blur out that part in front of the website? Because it's a curse word, and I said we're trying to keep it PG-13.
Curse word.
No, he literally wrote it down. Uneffing website /consultation. So, because he hired a guy to do it, and apparently they were they turned out to be anti-gun and half-assed the website. And
oh crap!
So he hired me to do it. So, but this is what I use to fund my M1. Okay. Just
nice.
letting everyone know.
Hey, you got $500 I can borrow?
It's already spent. And if you're asking, but Night Strike, an M1 Garand is $650. Yes, that means Night Strike spent the rest of the money out of his own pocket from what he didn't make from the website.
Man, I wish I could find one around here for $650.
Well, I went through the CMP.
Oh,
Hey, you got a carry permit, right?
Yep.
Okay, here's what you do: go on their website, download the mail-in form, write all the relevant information, give them a copy of your. You probably have to join the Grand Collectors Association for $25, but do that. They'll send you your membership information.
Cool.
You photocopy the card. You photocopy your ID and you photocopy your CCW, and you send that in with your paperwork. Bam! There's all your requirements.
Well, that's good to know. I had a buddy of mine years ago that took me to his range, and he goes, "Are you in the CMP?" I'm talking like 20 years ago, and I'm like, "No, what's that?" And he goes, "I'll show you." So
we got a great question out there. So hurry up.
Oh. So I actually did the thing at his range where I shot an M1 100 rounds at 100 yards. You got to do prone, standing, kneeling, all that stuff, and you have to score a certain amount to move forward in the CMP. And I did it all. I just never turned in my paperwork.
Right, but your CCW for most states,
it's good to know.
will be accepted as your your proof of being in the shooting sports, because most CCWs require you to at least have proficiency in firearms and hitting the target.
So what is CMP?
What is the CMP? Two Gun Kitty asks.
That's right.
CMP is a civilian marksmanship program, which is an evolution to the program that Teddy Roosevelt set up in the early 1900s. I forget the name of it, but you know what? We're gonna go back and look at some history. Okay, we're gonna go back and look at some history. So
and the bottom line is you get really good deals on like an M1.
Okay. So
yeah, I could have got one back then for peanuts. I screwed up. I didn't know what I had.
let's see, history. Okay. The CMP history goes back to the late 19th century efforts by the U.S. military and political leaders to strengthen our country's national defense capabilities by improving the rifle marksmanship skills of members of the armed forces. But it also it further evolved into civilians instead. Okay, the CMP traces its direct lineage to 1903 when Congress and President Teddy Roosevelt established the National Board for the Promotion of Rifle Practice and the national matches from then until 1996, because they changed the Department of War, I think, to the Department of Defense, and they phased out that portion into a nonprofit organization. I think it's a 501c3. Yes, I'm right on that one. So they changed it to a 501c3. But basically, what the CMP does is because of the laws in place, the United States military eventually has to phase out older firearms and sell them off surplus to the CMP. Okay, so the old you remember the 1911 craze. All those went. Some of them went to the civilian marksmanship program.
Yeah,
because they were phased out. But remember, these are probably the most used and abused ones, and it took the CMP some finagling to get them back up to snuff. Because once they get any firearm that's surplus from the United States military, it doesn't matter what branch, they have to go over them with their gunsmiths, and they have to fix anything that's broken, anything that's out of tolerance and whatnot, and it has to be within certain specifications in order to sell it off to the customers, okay, or the civilians, more or less. And they had to do that from the 1911s because the ones they got were the most used and abused. And again, the Philippine M1s that just came back, those are going through the ropes too. The one I probably will get will probably be a Philippine M1. Now, I don't mind.
No, that'd be sweet.
No, I don't mind. Or it might be hell. I might even get a Korean one.
So the website is CMP dot something.
I will post the link to the website in the side chat, and any other questions we'll get through after I'm done with this. But I just wanted to make sure we were all on the same page because it's a good question. It's a good topic to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thanks.
So. And we'll go back to Brady Bunch mode because everyone loves seeing Moo. So, all right. There is the link for the CMP out there. It's thecmp.org. Okay. And let's see what else. What other questions we got? What other questions? Two Gun Kitty says, I want an M1. You can get an M1. I got a field grade M1, and they sell the field grades usually for like $650. So if you want a field grade M1 Garand, go up, sign up, download the mail-in paperwork, fill out the form. The second page of the form, you will have to go and get a notary to sign it. So either your bank or your local postal box place that has a notary will be able to go and notarize the form for you. But that's just the permission slip so they can run a NICS check on you. They're going to have to run a NICS check on you anyways, regardless. So it's either you get it over with or you don't. But here's the kicker. Once you've provided them with all the information they need and that you've paid them, guess what? You're good. And it's the last part of truly free America. Instead, if you are in a state of which it does not need to be sent to an FFL, guess what? It gets sent straight to your house in its own carrying case with the certificate of authenticity. Moo, you sound speechless.
Oh, I'm on the website.
So
I just bookmarked it. I'll check it out later.
Now, if you're asking, but Night Strike, but what isn't federal laws? It's different. This is a different situation. It only applies. This applies if you live in a state that isn't a restrictive state. Okay, so like the states that are really really iffy on guns, like the left coast and the North communes. And I'm calling them communes because I really don't want to say they're part of the United States, but those areas. Yeah, you're probably not going to be able to get one. But everywhere else in America, it can probably be sent straight to your house after all you meet all the requirements. So
that's pretty damn cool. Yeah, I kicked myself.
And this is the only program left in America, and this is the only place. This is the only way in America left that you can have this done. There's nowhere else because of the laws and whatnot. There's no other because of the laws. So
nice.
So
Heck
when
yeah,
I
man.
say I haven't gotten it yet, it hasn't been sent to my house yet. So at night, DM Foss says at night Strike is in the Canadian Mounted Police. No,
CMP. No, not that CMP.
Well. Wait. Does that mean that DM stands for Danish Mounties? Danish Mounties Foss? Is that what that means?
Now I want a Danish.
You are Danish.
Da. No, wait.
No, it's ja. Because Danish is very close to German. Actually, all the Scandinavian languages, some of them are really close to German and some of them aren't. It's weird. So, anyways. All right. G23 says, wish we were getting rain. It's hot in here, but I'm doing good. Okay, good.
Yeah, it was 80.
Boss says Dudley Do Right was in the CMP.
That's right.
Different CMP. We're talking American. So.
Oh, Misha says you wish you could find some small pistol primers.
Yeah, so as far as the CMP thing, you probably wouldn't be able to get the rifle shipped to your house in the left coast states. So
yeah,
you're screwed. So yes, so that means California, Washington, and Oregon, because those states are they're screwing you in the rear.
Yeah, and I just moved in my new local gun shop. He only charges $25 for transfers, so whatever it takes, at least it's $25.
Right. Ghost Shadow says hello. Okay, hello, Ghost Shadow. How you doing, buddy? Two Gun Kitty is saying, in my sweatshop making 9mm. Two Gun Kitty is making 9mm, but Two Gun Kitty. Since you are in the state of Texas now, instead of New Mexico, you can order yourself a nice M1 Garand from the CMP. As long as you have a Texas carry license, you're good.
Yeah,
that would be the first thing I would do once I moved, was to get a state approved carry license.
On my local arms list, I'm trying to bring it up. They had a box of pistol primers that was like cheaper than dirt type inflated prices. It was hilarious. I was laughing at it. And then
ask you why you were laughing?
And then I got an email from Cheaper Than Dirt. Hey, we've got ammo. And I just said, all right, I'll click on it. And it was 200 rounds of 9mm ball ammo, 115 grain, for $245 for 200 rounds of 9mm.
Yeah. G23 is saying Oregon isn't restricted. Stop spreading false information at Night Strike. It's not restricted now, but can you say that in the next 2 or 3 months? Because Oregon hasn't been faring so well with gun laws lately. So if Oregon isn't a restricted state of which you can still get a CMP M1 shipped to your house, then hallelujah.
Ghost Shadow's got 5,000 primers.
Well, Ghost Shadow is an overachiever. We've already established that.
Oh, shit. Where is it? I'm still
Two
trying to
Good
find
Kid
it.
says he's getting his driver's license tomorrow. He'll maybe do the LT, the license to carry class next week. Okay, good. Misha N says I don't know if Misha's a boy or girl, so I'm just going to say Misha has about 1,038 special rounds. I need to reload. Yes, you do.
He's a dude.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've heard girls named Misha, and I know there are guys named Misha. It's weird. It's one of those weird names to name your children. No offense, Misha. It's just it's one of those weird dual purpose names.
Okay, I just found that pistol primer. He's got 20,000 pistol primers. He's willing to trade for a small house or large acreage lot. He wants $58,000 for him.
Is this we're gonna go on Arms List and look at the ridiculous trades?
Yeah, I'm just like, you got to be kidding me, dude.
Ghost Shadow says at Night Strike, with how things are going, I might be able to trade a few boxes of primers for a new car.
Right on. Well, according to that dude I just looked at, yeah.
Yeah, G23 is saying Republicans walked out to stop gun laws. They will keep doing it to stop it from happening. Yeah, well, hopefully. Gun broker wants a minimum of $170 for 1,000.
Oh, well, that's not bad. I mean,
that's not bad.
According to this,
it's not great, but it's no small house or acreage.
Mm-hmm. But hey, if somebody wants to trade them a house for some pistol primers, go for it.
Oh yeah, love that, man. Can't live without that. Yes, I'm being sarcastic. And if only I could find some Garand ammo. I'm considering just buying that gas plug and just putting the gas plug on the gun when I get it, just so I can use commercial ammo. Just screw it. It's only $30. It'll probably get here faster than the rifle will.
Where do they house all those, or is it all over the place?
And they got them in 3 facilities, I think.
It's a sweet shooting rifle, though.
It is.
For an .6, it's, man. I wish I'd go back in time and do that, because they had some right there at the range for sale.
Yeah.
But that was back in my, stainless steel and polymer gun phase, and I'm like looking at this old M1. I'm like, I don't know if I want to get into surplus stuff,
All right, so Ghost Shadow saying that Night Strike Oregon attempted to restrict firearms to no more than 5-round capacity and limit to selling ammo to no more than 20 rounds. Yeah, I would probably rebel at that. I mean, you tried that here in South Carolina, and people will be talking secession. I'm not kidding. You think, but Night Strike, the Civil War was many, many years ago. Yes, but South Carolinians love their guns. They do. It's a fact.
Ooh, look at Two Gun Kitty's comment.
What's he say?
1,000 primers for $25 in June. Back in June.
Ooh.
Hot dog.
Now, were those pistol primers or were those rifle primers?
Didn't say.
Misha N says you have Portland and then you have the rest of Oregon. Yes, but when you have millions of people in one city that dictate the rules for everyone else in the rest of the state, well then, guess what? There you go.
Yep, 2 guns said small pistol primer.
DM Foss says at Night Strike, secession didn't work last time. No, it didn't because it wasn't on the right topic. It's true. It wasn't on the right topic. In that right move.
I agree with whatever you say.
It wasn't for the right reasons.
Hey, kind of a nice plug from Travis P11 tonight on the GunTube lube. You know, when he puts it in that perspective of you get 4 ounces of CLP for like half the price you can buy it anywhere else. Yeah,
I went to Walmart yesterday, and they had new bottles of break free CLP for sale for $10.95 for a 4 ounce a spray can.
Dang.
And you know that's only because Walmart paid the $4 shipping.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they buy it in bulk, they only pay a certain amount for shipping and whatnot. Because quite honestly, for me to ship it, depending on what part of the country you live in, it costs me anywhere between $3.50 to about $5 to ship. Literally all over the country. It just depends. If you're closer, if you're in the southeastern region, it's usually $3.50. But if it's if I have to ship to like Oregon, Washington, California, or the Northeast, it's actually about $4.50. So
yeah, it's not like it goes bad. You can stock up on it.
So I'm not trying to make a lot of money on it. I'm just trying to keep afloat right now. Because I've heard some people say, well, that seems like a bit high for gun oil. And I'm like, go on Amazon and look up CLP. And you tell me what the prices are. Because I've seen prices go from like $9 a bottle to like, and this is with Prime, so you don't have to pay for shipping, but $9 to like $20 for a 4 ounce bottle. So, I took the mid range.
Mm-hmm.
So, but hey.
Let's see.
Yeah, Misha, that's even a good point. Well, because they want to defund the police. Yeah, defunding the police is great, but who are you going to call when someone's breaking into your house? Oh, you're going to call 911. Well, if you defund the police, who's going to be there to respond? No one.
Dude, those cops...
No, that's not true. The county or city coroner will be there to respond because you'll be dead.
Yeah, those cops in Sturgis saved all those little Antifa shits' lives right there, because that would have been a bloodbath. Did you see that video where they're protesting at Sturgis bike rally?
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, and the cops surrounded the protesters and walked them out of there. They arrested one dude, but the rest of them, they formed a shell around him and got him out of there. And there's 250,000 people that visit Sturgis during this bike week. And you can't tell me some of the bike, and some of them, they were like patched, gang vests walking down there following these guys.
No, that's not fair to people who love motorcycles. That's not fair to say they're all gangs.
No,
they're
no,
not.
But
they're not. There are legitimate clubs, and then there are the riffraff that we don't like to talk about, but they do exist. Okay, but most of the people that go to those kind of events, I would say at least 75% of them are upstanding, decent people, and then you got 25% are the riffraff that they let attend because they don't want to piss them off and start any problems.
Yeah, G23, the guy in the purple hair, he was a tall guy too. He was the one that got arrested. Yeah, but But if the cops all just took their break at that time, I think that those protesters would have been regretting their decision.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, friends of mine just got back from there. So yeah, and they're white collar, 50 years old, got their Harley, went to Sturgis.
No, that's exactly right, Scott. That's exactly right. But there's also a bunch of legitimate motorcycle clubs as well. And we shouldn't just lump everybody in that goes to those kind of events as just outlaws and criminals and whatnot, because it's not true. There are legitimate people that go there too. But you don't want to mess with those people. And it doesn't matter which side you're messing with. You don't want to mess with any of them. Period. But apparently, these Antifa idiots, they really want to push their luck. So that's why you got that video. They were trying to push their luck.
They probably all smelled musty from living in Mom's basement.
Either that or they were high. Not that I'm against the usage of marijuana, but I'm against the uses of marijuana outside your own damn house. If you're going to do that stuff, stay at home. Otherwise, you're going to do stupid shit. Words of wisdom from Night Strike.
The wise strike.
I'm surprised you didn't say wise ass strike.
I'm trying not to swear a whole lot.
Yeah.
It's still early. And I'm tired.
Yeah. But again, it doesn't matter what side of the spectrum those bikers were. The factor is that you do not mess with them. You don't kick their motorcycles. You don't do anything wrong. You appreciate their motorcycles and the event, and you move on. You don't try and start a fight and start problems, because doing that will get you arrested. And I hope those Antifa people got arrested. I hope at least one of them got arrested for breaking the law. See, Buck knows. Motorcycle clubs are some good people to party with. See, Buck knows.
Heck yeah.
But it's not fair to a lot of the good clubs that go to those events. That someone labels them as outlaws and criminals, because they're not all. Okay, they just like the motorcycles, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love motorcycles. I don't own one because I can't afford one right now. But, that doesn't mean I don't like them.
I've always had motorcycles. I sold mine about 14 years ago, but I want another one.
Yeah, my dad had a Honda 900 when I was just a wee lad. And then mom made him sell it, so yeah. She was afraid I'd get hurt. Made me sad. I miss that motorcycle.
Oh, I'm all scarred up from wiping out on my motorcycles. Yeah, my wife made me sell it because we had 2 small children.
Well, you know how overprotective moms are.
Oh, yeah. So. Yeah, my mom used to say, "Get your ass outside." Before I hit you with this wooden spoon.
At Go Shadow, the world will never know what happened to them. The world will never know.
Shallow grave in the desert.
Probably.
Guns and Barbecue wants us to restart. CMP, that's it.
Yeah.
And Gun Lube. And
Dean Foss says at Nice Dragon's got a comment on an Instagram post saying, "If I need any gun ASAP, it's secure, contact them." As Admiral Akbar once says, "It's a trap."
It's a crap.
It's a trap.
And his mouth almost matched the words.
DM Foss, you better delete that comment because I'm telling you right now, that may be the ATF. They're trying to fool you so they can arrest you and take all your guns. And am I being paranoid? You're damn right I'm being paranoid. Because it sounds like something they would do. So, guns and barbecues out there.
Yeah, he wanted us to start over.
I'm late. Please restart. Well, I'm pretty sure I gave you a link if you want to jump in. Did I not give you a link, Guns and Barbecue? Pretty sure you were on the list. You may have not been on the list. I'm pretty sure you were. Let me look.
Okay, I'll make a joke. He didn't see it.
Ooh, no. We don't do those kind of jokes.
Oh, come on.
No, because Patriot in the Dark saw what you did there.
Patriot always says those jokes.
Yes, but it's because it's him saying it. It's funny.
I see.
It's not as funny when you say it because you have perfect sight.
I wouldn't say perfect.
Well, it's about as good as mine. And if you say anything, yes, I wear glasses, so we're gonna meet in the middle there.
I wear trifocals, dude.
Hey, I'm not judging.
Imagine fitting a cow for those sons of bitches.
Well, they just take the blinders off and the trifocals on. They only give you the blinders when you need to stay on track.
You're pulling the wagon train.
Well, then you wouldn't be Two Live Moo. You'd be Two Live Oxen.
I'd be too dead, too legit.
Too legit to quit.
And then when you keel over, they just eat you.
Hold on. To quote Travis P11, word to your mother. There we go. Because that's what he did earlier. Peace out.
Yeah, I saw you go, peace out.
I'm like, wow, what is this, the 90s?
That was funny.
That was great.
Hey, Guns of Barbecue.
Guns of Barbecue's here. I sent him another email just to make sure he got it.
Uh-oh,
yes, I got this one.
There he is.
I don't know why you didn't get the last one. I had you in the list.
I have no idea to say because last Friday I didn't get any email either. I just figured you didn't like me. Probably all those cat jokes that I told before.
Yeah, well, remember, I reserve the right to boot your ass out.
A boot.
So who said anything about Bob?
What a boot. What a boot.
Keep her moving.
Anybody who watches the Daily Gun Show will understand what I mean because Bob, the Canadian.
He's Canadian. And he rarely wears a shirt.
Especially when he gets on these chats. When he gets on these chats, he's got like one tall boy beer can or bottle. And and no shirt on. And here's this like guy in his like mid to late 60s with no shirt on, and it's nasty.
He does have a sweater though.
Well, no, that's just his hair.
Oh, he's got to, be insulated for that cold Canadian winter.
That's right. It's evolution.
I don't know if it's evolution in the right step or the backwards.
He's the missing link.
You're probably close. You're probably close.
G23. He doesn't wear shirt, pants, or a mask.
DM Foss says at Night Strike, there's a word for someone who thinks everyone is out to get them. Perceptive. Actually, I was going to say paranoid, but but with the way the Democrats are acting these days, I wouldn't put it past them. Perceptive might be the right word. So, Jay Mattingly is asking, who stops Trump from turning his back on 2A? It's the Second Amendment, people, if he wins the second term. I don't think he's going to. I think at this point, if he gets reelected again, that's only going to further embolden him to stay on track and finish what he started. Here's the thing. Here's why it's better to reelect a president than elect another president and not give him a second term. Because if you reelect the current president, they can finish what they start, whether it's good or bad. But once they're out of that second term, they can't do any worse after. They can say a lot of shit, but people ignore them because they're not president anymore. They are former president.
Foss was talking about motorcycles, that XS 850. I think that was a Yamaha 3-cylinder, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's the old triple.
Yeah, those are sweet.
I'm gonna say my grandfather had a 750. I've actually got that sitting in my shed right now. Doesn't do a whole lot of good now. I planned on restoring it and getting it back on the road, but
yeah, my last bike was a 05 FJR 1300. That was that Yamaha Sport Touring. It was blue and top speed of 157, 145 horsepower. It was inline 4-cylinder. That thing was freaking sweet.
That's the old Ventures, right?
I don't know if it evolved from them or not. I mean, the FJ series, the Sport Touring's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Since the 80s. They used to be air-cooled, and mine was, of course, liquid. But that thing was a beast, man. Wow. Had the adjustable windscreen on it. I had cruise control on it. I put a lot of miles on it. But, yeah. I used to ride with a bunch of Harley guys. They were my neighbors. There'd be like 20 of us riding. I was the only rice burner in the group. But they gave me some shit, but generally speaking, not really. But we'd be going up I-75, going up to Mackinac here in Michigan.
G23 says, "Hey, at Moo, Uncle Joe is behind you."
Well, where else would he be?
Well,
I have luscious hair. You can smell it.
He's sniffing the hair.
So the guys on the Harleys, they'd be going like 65 mile an hour, and I'd be in the back of the pack, and I'd drop 2 gears and just blow by them at about 140. I'd go like 2-3 exits up, throw it on the kickstand on the exit, and sit there drinking a Diet Pepsi or something, wait for them all to go by. I'd film them going by me, and I'd jump back on and catch back up to them. It was fun.
I used to have a 79 XS 1100, and loved that bike. Ended up selling it because I needed tires on my truck, and it wasn't running at the time either.
Did you fit it with a carburetor?
No. Carb work doesn't scare me at all. Even being blind, I have no issue doing it. No, what happened was the wire for the ignition had broken, so intermittently while I was riding, the bike would just lose power. And then I'd hit it or something and it'd gain power again. I'm like, what? So I'm in the headlight bucket the one day trying to figure out what's going on because I knew all my grounds were good. Checked out where you'd start normally. So I knew it was something with the ignition. So pull the headlight out. I'm messing around in the headlight bucket and I find that broken wire. I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm young and dumb, not paying attention, thinking quick, easy fix. And I go and pull wires out and I didn't unhook the battery or anything. And it ended up hitting the fork, arced, and shorted out the black box.
Oh, crap.
Yep.
I would have just spliced the wire back together and put, some shrink from some heat shrink over it and called it done.
Well, the problem was there wasn't enough room in there to do any of that.
Never is.
So I was going to have to pull it all out in order to do it. Which, even still, it's not a big deal to pull all that out real quick. Except if you're not paying attention because you're like, oh, sweet, quick, easy fix, no big deal. And then, you short out a $300 part.
That's like when you're doing work on your furnace at home. You got to turn the switch off before you start messing around with with the wires and stuff, and you short out the board, and then have to call the guy.
Or
But
you
fun fact about
or
those
you give
XL
yourself
power
a nice shock.
That's always fun.
I can
Ask
take
me how I know.
110. Just get your attention.
How do you know?
220 will kill you.
Well, I tell you, I forgot to turn the power off one time when I was trying to replace a thermostat, because I got a new thermostat because the old one was the old Mercury style thermostats and it stopped working. So I was replacing it with the digital one, and I gave myself a nice shocking event.
Yeah, I don't even turn the.
I didn't
turn
go to the
power
hospital
off.
or anything for it. It's just I forgot to turn the power off, and let me tell you, that was smarts.
I don't turn the power off when I'm doing 110. I
It
can
just lets you know that you're alive still.
wire outlets, lights, light fixtures, whatever. You know, once you get hit once or twice, you learn how to be careful.
Yeah, 110 gives you a buzz. Tingle is what DS Foss says. Yeah, unfortunately, my house is wired. It's not standard 110, it's 125.
125,
So,
126, whatever it takes.
yeah, the voltage of my house is 125 volt. So, it's
I'm
still
also the sick son of a gun
house.
that when I worked corrections, we had to get a ride on the EBID, which is electronic body mobilization device, and it didn't affect me at all. We actually held it on my leg for 15 seconds, and about 15, well, it was about 13 seconds in, I was like, man, anybody else smell something cooking? And then finally at 15 seconds, we were just like, yeah, we're just going to pull this off now. And I had 2 trace marks in my thigh for about 3 months afterwards.
Oopsie.
Yep. But that was 50,000 volt EBID, and I used to have people pull it out and just put it on my back to loosen up my back.
Ghost Shadow says, Night Strike, after a broken neck, I don't feel 110 volts. Yeah. I'm sorry that happened to you. Roland Tripp says it's not the volts that kills you, it's the amps.
Yes.
I deal with 100,000 volts.
That is true.
At my work, is what the Roland Tripp said. And yeah, that is true. That is true because I have shocked myself replacing outlets and whatnot because this house was built in 1967. Okay, all the outlets are the old 2-style outlets with no ground. Even though the actual electrical box is grounded, that's how they did it in the 60s. But I've had to literally rerun wire and redo some of the outlets and whatnot just so I can have ground in some areas of the house. And it's just, I had to go out and get one of those electrical testers, the no contact ones, just so I don't electrocute myself. And if you're asking why I'm replacing all these outlets, it's cheaper for me to do it than it is to go and hire someone to do it, because then they'll charge me what $500 to replace 5 outlets. I'm not going to do that. I'll just do it myself.
Yeah, a lot of the electrical work that you can do around your home, a lot of people don't realize it's pretty straightforward stuff where you're just swapping stuff out real quick.
All
then
I'm doing is just replacing light receptacles and replacing, the old plug receptacles. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing any other electrical work because I honestly don't want to have to deal with it. I would rather an electrician do it, and that way, if he electrocutes himself, I can point and laugh. Right, Bill?
Yeah, I was just laughing at the mouse's comment down there.
If you do electrical work in the nude, you be safe. You have to take pictures also for safety. Mouse, no.
No
DM Faust.
I've wired 2 houses and ran gas lines and plumbing, and I'm a handy man.
You don't have to worry until you start doing the helicopter.
Yeah, Yeah, because I can hit any kind of a hot lead.
You wish.
You got to stand really close. That's what the third hole in the outlet's for.
That's what she said.
It's a neutral.
Ghost Shadow says, at Night Strike at Guns and Barbecue, worked on a really old house, plaster
and lath. Yep.
Lath walls. Owner installed electric by running a router along the wall, stuffing the wire in the groove, and plastering
over it. Yeah, that's a good one.
Wow.
Yeah, I have helped a friend of mine. He is an electrician. I've helped him do his house, and what he did, he lived in an older house too. But instead of rerunning the wires, what he did was, the house had floorboards. Not floorboards, but the floor trim along the bottom of most walls in some nicer houses. And basically, what he did is he took those off and ran the wire right behind those, and then put those back onto the wall instead of running some rerunning, everything through the walls because of how old the house was. No, he did not pierce the wires.
But, however, if you do your electrical work in the nude, you might pierce something else.
Yes, that's right, Scott. It's called molding. Yes, the molding trim. Some old homes have bare wires and roof on ceramic posts. I did not know that. That's interesting. Why you do that? No idea. So how are you doing today, Guns and Barbecue?
Not too bad. The extras came, picked up the kids, so that's why it's quiet.
Hallelujah. So, all right. Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I was making them, do slave work again, like pick up after themselves. So they've been fighting with each other all day.
You did make them pick up their own pizza boxes, right?
Trying, but good golly, you thought I would have been Chinese waterboarding him or something.
All right. Atypical Jake says, I'd run Ethernet behind baseboard, not 110 though. Yeah, I know. I don't know why he did that, but that's what he did. I guess he took the lazy way out. But no, if I did run Ethernet in this house, and it was really easy because with Ethernet, all I did was just piggyback off of the coax cable line and just run Ethernet that way. Just take a piece off the end of the cable, a coax cable, pull it through, and I was able to wire the whole house, at least the whole upstairs for Ethernet. I can't do it downstairs because a couple of the walls downstairs are brick, and I can't get into the brick. So, what's going on? What's going on? Guns and Barbecue, did we miss Two Live Moo?
He said he'd be right back.
Yeah,
I'm back.
He did, but,
I'm back.
But he says he's back. Did we miss him?
With every shot so far.
I always miss him.
No, we're not judging. We're not judging.
Yeah, Foss.
You got to pull his tail and slap his ass.
Mama.
You might get him excited that way. You better not.
Smack my ass and call me Judy.
Let's say you just got to worry when that tail sticks straight out. Then it's time to run.
Yeah, no kidding. Because you know it's about to come next.
Ghost Shadow is telling us what's going on in Washington. Yay, goody. All right, at Night Strike, idiot Washington governor has furloughed over 400,000 state employees. Many state offices not closed to COVID are closed due to no workers. Well, hey, that's wonderful. Washington seems like a state I never want to visit in my entire life. And I'm not just saying that because Yankees there. Uh-oh. AWAG is out there. Watch out. Mr. Comblock.
Mystic Buns is out there.
Let's start over. I just got here. Yeah, no.
We're talking about spanking Moo's ass.
No, we're not.
It's all Mike Strike's fault. If he just wait, like 30 minutes after he goes live for everybody to get in here, we wouldn't have to keep restarting.
We talked about GunTube lube and the CMP, Canadian Mounted Police. That about sums it up.
And how DM Foss is really part of the Danish Mounted Police.
Oh, that's right.
Part of the Danish Mounties. Do they exist? No, it's just a joke. But
so what's on the barbecue tonight? Guns and barbecue?
Absolutely nothing, actually. Excuse me. Got the Traeger's all out of pellets, and I don't feel like firing up the big smoker, so just gonna probably go out and make a can of soup or something.
Yeah, I want to get a Traeger. Would you recommend the Traeger or something a little different?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Really, when it comes to the pellet smokers, one of the biggest things about them is just make sure they don't have that stupid Cyclops eyeball on the lid. If the company did their homework and actually got their temperature control unit dialed in on the smoker, then there should be no reason to have a thermometer on the lid.
Right.
Inside, there should be a post that will constantly check the temperature inside the smoke chamber. And then that would relay to the temperature control unit, which then tells the auger how many pellets to feed in. I think Pit Boss has started doing that, but the early models they didn't. And the problem there was they just basically had the temperature control unit set up wherever they were for that humidity and whatever they were typically in. This is what it should feed to keep the temperature at 300 degrees. Well, you go somewhere else where maybe there's no humidity and it's 112 degrees. Well, if it's feeding pellets like that the whole time still, it could be 400 degrees if you're not paying attention to it, which is a huge difference. And there's people that were having that issue.
Gotcha.
So, like I said, I thought I heard that they actually got a thermometer type thing on the inside now that actually monitors the internal temp of the smoke chamber. But before like I said, it was just a general set speed. If you set it to 300 degrees, the auger was just constantly turning at that set speed. And, if you turn it down to 200, again, it's just constant. And
go ahead.
I would say they don't work that way because fluctuations in temperature, maybe cloud cover, you had cloud cover when you started smoking, but then 2 hours later you got the sun beating down on your smoker. Well, that's going to change how it's cooking too, because now it's getting extra heat from the sun. Then, like I always tell people, our area, you got to worry about things like snow.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're crazy enough to go out and smoke in the snow, I mean, I've done it in the middle of a blizzard, but
yeah, I've done it on my Weber Performer. Not a brisket, a pork butt.
Yep.
And ribs, but my electric smoker, I got one of those Bradley, with the pucks.
Oh yeah.
That thing,
Okay.
I have to wrap it in with a sleeping bag to even get it to 200 degrees.
Yep. And that's
All
what
right,
I tell a lot of people is put a comforter on it or something like that in the winter. But things like any moisture in the air, if it's raining, all those things are affecting your temperature. And if it's a pellet smoker that just has a constant speed for the auger at each temperature, it's no good.
Gotcha. What were you saying, Night Strike?
We got a comment out there from Ghost Shadow saying Night Strike was a big mistake moving here. Only advantage is things are cheaper here than Alaska. A friend still in Alaska is paying $15 per pound for hamburger. Yeah, I'm not paying that much down here in South Carolina. So, maybe you should have looked at moving further south.
Oh, I went to Alaska
where it doesn't snow in the winter. Just saying.
Back in 2003, I was in Alaska on a fishing trip, and a gallon of milk cost $9.
Yeah.
Case of beer was $50.
Well, you're gonna have sales tax, and no matter where you go. So, Roll Call 219 says, "What's this madness?" I'm pretty sure you have a link. Roll Call. What are you asking? What this madness is? You have a link.
He's probably still in line trying to get school books for his kids.
Probably. I'm pretty sure I sent him a link.
So, one last question.
Yep.
I don't want to capitalize this on barbecue, I guess, but what Traeger do you have, and do you recommend that one, or do you wish you had a different one?
I've got the Pro 34, which that one I think is, I want to say about 5 or 6 years old. Now the newer ones that they're coming out with, I would go with one of the heavier duty lines.
Okay.
If you're gonna get a Traeger still. But there's so much stuff you can do with them now. You can hook them up to Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and you can control settings. Say you're like, well, I'm gonna let this roll while I run down to the store because I forgot something.
Mm-hmm.
You can jump on your phone, from what I understand, and look up, what's the temperature running at, and I think you can even actually adjust the temperature of the smoker from your phone. You could be in Alaska as long as it's hooked up to the Wi-Fi, is like that.
Joe Shadow says no sales tax in most of Alaska. Only in Horner, Kenai, Soldotna, Palmer, and Wasilla have sales tax. Interesting.
Oh, I see the Traeger 34 is on sale for $700.
Speaking of people, Roll Call jumped in here. What you doing, Roll Call?
What's up, Roll Call?
Hold on.
Unmute yourself, buddy. Turn your camera off.
Beep. Boop.
Uh-oh. The technical difficulties, gremlins are after him.
The robots got him.
Yeah.
But Green Mountain Grills are making a really good smoker. Traeger. If I were to get another pellet smoker, I would probably go with a Yoder. But as far as the first one goes, the Traegers and the Green Mountain Grills are really good choices to go with.
All right. Good to know. Did Roll Call recover yet?
Am I still roboting?
No, we can hear you.
Good now.
Jesus.
Oh, that Yoder looks awesome. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. G23 saying Beetlejuice got Roll Call.
Oh, God. She's a trip, ain't she?
Oh, man.
So what happened to my link on Wednesday?
I sent it to you.
I didn't get one. I did not get one. That's why I didn't show up, because I didn't get one.
I sent it to you.
I didn't get it.
Stop lying to me.
I'm not lying to you.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I didn't get it. I legitimately did not get it. So
Roll Call, did you get all your school books?
I guess that was a nightmare.
That was a long ass row of cars, man.
Dude, that was like before I decided to take a picture. God, what a crock of crap. And then, like, before you pulled up, they had this old guy there, and he was from the United States Census. And
Oh, geez.
he was legitimately stopping people. Did you count how many people in your household? We're like, yeah, brother, we did. Get out of here. You're holding up the line here. It's hot. My air conditioning did. Guy was a trip.
G23, you shut your pie hole. I do not have his email going to my spam folder.
That's what it is. It's roll call show. Well, I'll just tell him that I have the Rona again. Who cares? Who cares about old roll call?
Oh,
No.
That's not true. You know that's not true. Stop being the martyr.
I have to be quiet over there in the peanut gallery.
Man, that Yoder smoker.
Hello, Cindy. I send my love.
Me too.
Yeah, Yoders are absolutely awesome.
Is that the Amish people that make the great cheese? Man, I love them.
No. That's Two Live Moo who makes the great cheese.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Right from the
Moo.
tap, baby.
We all like that moo butt cheese.
Smells like Funyuns.
Oh gosh, that's disgusting.
I'm
Okay,
cooking ribeye. That's what I'm cooking.
Oh, good.
What?
At Guns and Ghost Shadow says at Guns and Barbecue, the little and big chief smokers are easy. Just load a cast iron pan with wood chips and set on electric heating element in the bottom.
Yeah, my dad has one of those. We use
Yeah,
it.
I've seen those.
Yeah, we use it all the time. It's good. You know, it's all right. It does the trick, but not in the winter.
No, not in the winter.
You can't. I don't know if I do a pork, a 9-pound pork butt on it or anything.
Roll call. Listen to this. G23 is begging for links. He's saying at roll call 219. If you sent me a link, I wouldn't send it to my spam filter. See, he's begging for links.
Defense stand.
He was begging for links last night. He's begging for links. I'm going to send him one. If he shows up, then he shows up. I'll send him one next Wednesday.
All right.
So he's got to send me his email. I don't know his email address. So.
Okay, Defense Desk says off work. What are we talking about? Well, currently we're talking about grilling and smoking right now, I guess.
Yeah, I have a master built electric smoker. That's what I made my ribs on.
Yeah, I don't really like the electric smokers that are vertical like that, just for the option of being able to hang stuff.
My buddy's doing pastrami right now.
Okay, DM Foss is throwing out a joke there. You'll appreciate this movie because you'll remember this stuff. I know. DM Foss says at Night Strike, I used to be a Camel and Lucky Strike smoker. Never smoked meat.
Yeah, you smoke fish; they're hard to light. It's hard to get a good drag off them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just did smoke salmon last weekend. It was fresh salmon. My wife caught it. Yeah, turned out good. Applewood smoke.
My dad really likes smoked catfish or blackened catfish.
Not a big catfish fan.
I'm not either, but he loves the stuff. And I'm like, okay.
I absolutely love catfish, mainly because it's so easy to catch over at Pontoon Lake here. I just bottom fish for them, and I mean, some days we'll get skunked, but most days I can pull 8 or 10 of them out in a couple hours.
You don't noodle for them, do you?
I would like to, but I just don't have enough equipment.
That's crazy. Yeah, my grandmother used to love saltwater catfish, so we'd go down to Sarasota, and she's like, catch me as many saltwater catfish as you can. So we'd sit out there all night. We'd catch 20, 30 of them, and then skin them, gut them, cut the heads off, and then she had all kinds of recipes for them. And they're okay. Get the I like the lighter meat off them, not the darker meat. But yeah, I never tried them smoked though.
All
Smoke
meat matters.
There you go.
Thanks, roll call.
Just trying to be correct.
Oh, you're just so sensitive nowadays.
You know, this is our new show. Hashtag All Meat Matters, where we talk about smoking and grilling and cooking and baking all kinds of meat.
You know, all meat matters. That'd be a good show.
There you go.
I would like to take credit for that.
Defense Dad says, "Oh, that kind of smoking." Wow, Defense Dad, get your mind out of the gutter. Wow. So, I'm not cooking anything right now. I mean, I don't have a smoker. I just have a propane gas grill. So,
I've smoked king mackerel in a gas grill before.
I was about to say they actually make smoked tubes for your gas grills now. You could
I've
actually,
seen that.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't know whether that would have the same effect or if that would just be
it works fine.
Extra crap that I have to worry about.
I made one out of tinfoil.
Yeah, no, I've seen you can make them out of tinfoil too. I mean, what if I decided to go that route? Do you have any recommendations?
I've never used one. I know back when I first started smoking, I just had a Kingsford grill. That was nothing special. But to smoke anything with it, I would make a boat out of foil and take wood chips. And the only thing I would do is make sure I soaked them in water first, because the wood chips, they'll just catch and burn right up. So by soaking them in the water, it gives them time to dry out and actually smoke over the entire cook. So that would really be the only thing I could probably think of, is just make sure that you soak them first before you did the foil or anything like that.
Right. Okay. All right. Or DM Foss thinks he's being funny again, saying at Night Strike at Guns and Barbecue has too small a noodle to catch fish with. Okay. Okay.
That's what I was saying. I say I can't go noodle in too small of equipment.
I don't want to know.
I need a bigger rod.
Oh, Jesus.
Defense Dad says you didn't send me a link, so I have to be a smart ass out in the chat. No, I'm pretty sure I sent you a link.
So
if
now
you didn't get it, I'm gonna have to do it again.
Dad.
No, I don't know what it is with my emails not getting out there, but they're not getting out there. And
apparently neither are mine. Apparently neither are my emails coming out there either.
So, that's a problem. It is a legitimate problem because I'm not getting roll calls emails.
I blame it on Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah, I'd like to blame, Hiawatha, last the Fohicans, but, honestly, I don't think she has that much power.
Yeah, she is. She's in charge of the Native American Council now.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't hear
when she's like the whitest woman in this country, she has proven that she has less Indian descent in her than all of America. Wow, got some idiots out there.
That's the world we live in.
Oh, sigh. DM Foss says, I made a hat out of foil, but it didn't stop the voices. Did you make a Napoleon-style hat, or did you just kind of half-ass a hat? Because unless you made the Napoleon-style tinfoil hat, you didn't do it right.
It was a leftover Jiffy Pop foil.
Well,
Dad's here. Hi, Dad.
Actually, DM Foss is right about that one. At Night Strike's emails don't cross the Mason-Dixon line. There's a reason for that. So, There's a reason for that. So, Defense Dad, how you doing?
Not bad, man. I was just giving you crap about the link. I'm driving home anyway.
Yeah, well, you got it anyway, so, neener.
So we're talking about grilling and smoking, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yes, food.
Those
Yep.
are two near and dear to my heart. I do a lot of grilling. Not as much smoking.
Yeah, we got Guns and Barbecue over here, and he's
I saw that.
a master smoker. Giggity.
Something like that. I don't know if I go that far. A lot of people would say that, but I don't like to toot my own horn that much.
So I use an MHP propane grill, which might sound sacrilegious, but I really like it, and it fits my busy schedule better. I prefer to do smoking or charcoal, but the convenience of propane, if you do it right, fits my life better.
Definitely. A lot of people get hung up on that. Oh, you're not really smoking or grilling or anything if you're using propane. I'm like, as long as they're doing it, what the hell does it matter?
Yeah, as long as you're cooking, grilling, smoking, if you like it, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but I like my MHP because it's got extruded aluminum grates, and you can flip them. One side's flat for fish and that kind of stuff. The other side is the more traditional grate, so it's a pretty nice setup.
Sounds like it. I like the cast iron grates personally.
Yeah, this is a gun you normally get like at a gas company, so it's not something you're going to find in your average store.
Gotcha.
Roll call is showing off his steak.
Shit,
What kind of dry rub is that?
That looks like a roast.
I hope he has enough for everybody.
I hope you brought enough for the whole class.
No, I did not.
Then you better
Ooh.
turn that camera off. Your internet's got to go out again.
Quiet. Don't worry about my internet.
Oh, it's back to green.
I always worry about your internet because it is all over the place. What 1 minute you were having a decent conversation, and the next minute it's ting tang walla bing bang.
It did. I watched a little bit of my video from last Wednesday, and it did all right when I sat directly on top of the router. I mean, I could just carry that thing around in my back pocket, I guess, but it's kind of carrying a high point.
Well, better than a high point than a Jimenez these days.
Oh yeah.
Because at least the high point will work. Yeah. So, anyways. All right, so we've been going on for about an hour now. I think it's time to kill it. I don't know if I want to go on any longer. I can't go on any longer. I just can't do it, guys.
Oh, stop.
I can't do it. I just can't. But in all seriousness, thank you guys for jumping in and being on the panel. Let's go through the room and let everyone give their outro and whatnot. And then, I'll make the GunTube plug and then we'll get the hell out of Dodge. So, Moo, you're up. No, you up first.
I'm looking at local dealers for Yoder smokers. That's all I got.
Okay. You got one? Let them know.
Buy some GunTube lube.
Buy some GunTube CLP. Guns and Barbecue.
Well, I've got a video coming out Sunday, I believe it is, on doing smoked baked beans with pulled pork in them. Then later in the week, I've got one coming up on doing St. Louis cut ribs. I'm going to be redoing a Model 760 300 Savage for a family member. It needs the stock redone and reblued and all kinds of good stuff like that, and new sights and stuff put on. So I'm going to be making probably a video series on that in the next month or so. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that good stuff. And like Moo said, go get some GunTube lube.
Yep. All right. So, defense staff, do you have anything to say?
Oh, I mean, thanks for letting me jump on for a few minutes on the way home. I got a few videos coming out and some just like equipment reviews, that sort of thing. I got kind of a crazy idea for a video. It's either going to be really good or really stupid, so we'll see. But other than that, check everybody out.
Jason Stewart just got out there, but we're getting ready to skedaddle Jason, but he got his truck fixed. So if anybody was following him the other night, that he was, got to fix his truck. So good that he got it fixed. All right, roll call. You're the last one. Any words of wisdom? Anything you want to tell people about?
Don't vote for Joe Biden. Don't listen to Liawafa. Don't join any Facebook groups. Go check out my videos if you want to watch poopy videos. Go to GunTube.org. Buy his lube. Buy some of that. And then, like, comment, subscribe, share this video with all your friends. And always remember that we will catch you guys on the next one.
All right. And with that, check out the link I posted on the side chat of YouTube live chat. So check that link out. Buy some GunTube CLP. Help me keep this thing running. Otherwise, it's not going to run very much longer. So help me keep it running. With that, we'll see you guys, the next couple days. Maybe I'll do something special. Maybe I won't. It depends on what happens. But with that, we'll see you guys for sure next. We'll see you on Tuesday. And, we'll see you on Friday again next week. Because that's just how Night Strike rolls. So with that, shut up, infringed! And we'll see you in the next one. On that note, adios, Felicia. Te amo, Felicia. What was it? Hashtag give them the bird. Watch Gizzard Gary later on tonight on Foul Territory. And with that, I ain't got no tagline. So, good night.